of going after their generations. Trust me, they are equally as committed to the generations as you are. And remember, both sides have been guaranteed a populace.
Yes. Wow.
Hell is recruiting, and so is heaven. They're both populated. And understand that this information is going to be so important as the enemy tries to come in like a flood against your families and against your homes, when you're going to have your own kids and your own relatives fighting you about scripture. Not fighting you about can they go drink and smoke and fornicate. That's a foregone conclusion. Okay? But they're going to be sitting there talking to you about scripture. This next move is not about trying to destroy Christianity. It's about taking ownership of it.
Ooh. Yeah. My God.
I want y'all to think about what I just said. They're not going to try to get you to stop reading the Bible. They're going to begin to get you to see the Bible from their way, from their perspective. God took me right into a very open vision about this thing, which is why I'm very passionate about coming up here every week and doing Before the Garden and making sure that we have this information and it continues to circulate. But he told me, he said that this young artist is going to raise up and begin to sing music that is going to be that's going to be dedicated to spirituality and revealing things about the spiritual world from their perspective. And it's going to be so profound and so mesmerizing. We thought the miseducation of Lauryn Hill did something for Christians. Well, come on, we all thought it was deep in Christian.
Come on.
I have a few people here who can tell the truth. As sure as people thought the Matrix is about Jesus Christ, this person is going to, I'm trying to tell you, he's tougher than that. And we're going to listen to sounds and words and lyrics that we're used to hearing in church or hearing about our God being sung on the radio openly and in plain sight. And they've been laying the groundwork for it for a long time. And a lot of people are going to be confused. A lot of Christians who are on the fringe, who are on the edge, who don't know Christ, are going to begin to think that they're hearing from him. And he's going to begin to teach the world that Christianity is not just for Christians. And that it's for us too. And that they don't have the patent on what should be, on how we should interpret scripture. Oh, y'all didn't hear me. And they're going to begin to take over the education of the world through scripture according to their own lens. It's a very sophisticated warfare. I keep telling people all the time, the enemy is not waving, he's weaving. We keep thinking he's going to wave at you and let you know where he's at. Hey guys, I'm over here and I'm demonic. No, he's already weaving himself into our culture.
Wow.
Why do you think the whole crossover music was important? He had to start getting Christians crossing over. Because the whole idea is that Christianity is not a Christian commodity. And it doesn't just belong to us.
Come on now.
And our understanding, they've already taken over their interpretation of Jesus Christ. They've already begun to take over defining for us what a Christian should be or not be. They've already begun to tell us, okay, what is and is not Christ and what he would and would not do. This is just taking it to the next dimension. And that's why I said we have to pray for the youth leaders. We have to pray for people who are going to be doing ministry to them. Because this is going to be probably the most difficult part of the war. It's easier when people just say they're not for God and we know it. You're atheist and it's out. That's easy. But to come this way and to use our own Bible against us is worse than 9/11. To use your own faith against you as a weapon. That's the place we're coming into. That's why I do the Warrior Nation. That's why I stand with this woman of God and I fight to get this out here in any way possible because I know what's coming to us.
Come on.
Right now, you think you have options. When this starts happening, yeah, things are going to get real narrow real quick. And we need to begin to understand that as a people and begin to prepare ourselves for that reality. Which is why it'll be easy to persecute those that are righteous. If it were possible, if it were possible, if it were possible, he could, come on, he could deceive the very elect. This is the time to make sure your election is sure. And I don't say that as a fear tactic, because this would happen if I never prophesied it or not. And everybody just be walking around being a victim of it. People think that, oh my God, you just be prophesying things that are just terrible and bad. Us not saying it won't stop it. Okay? If it's slated to happen, nobody mentioning it just means we're ignorant. It just means you didn't know, and it just happened by surprise. If I didn't tell you that somebody's about to walk up and slap you, you wouldn't stop that from happening. I didn't see that coming. No, clearly you didn't. But it still happens.
Come on.
It still happens.